Today was my first day back on the campaign trail after having rushed my mum to hospital with a brain bleed just over a week ago. Thank you to all those people who sent through their thoughts and prayers, and my family very much appreciates all the support we've received from the local community and from people all over the area, all over the state, in fact all over the world. It means a lot to our family. Today I took the opportunity to go out to Elong and I met with a group of farmers there, and again, as I do with farmers, I like to meet with them and talk to them about what's happening in a whole range of areas. Obviously drought is a topic of conversation, but it isn't the topic of conversation. And we spent a couple of hours talking with this group just around, well, everything to do with farming. And the critical issue that came out of that meeting was education. The farmers there very much saw that there was a potential opportunity for farmers around New South Wales, around the region in particular, but around New South Wales, to actually change their farming methods and get better at farming. And whatever we do, we're always trying to improve what we do. And so I think there is an opportunity there for the government to implement some plans around education. Now, I've said it before, now is the wrong time to trying to work out drought solutions, because you need to work out those drought solutions when you're in good times. And one of the great ideas I heard today was the idea of a permanent drought coordinator. Of course, we do have a drought coordinator in the state at the moment, but that position was only implemented 4 months ago, when we've already had, or at that time we'd already had, over 12 months of a terrible drought. That's not the time to plan when emotions are running high and when it's hard to make decisions because you are right in the middle of it. I also called into Ballymore, and met a great young publican there, Brad, who's got the hair of the dog there in Ballymore. And it was a good opportunity to talk to Brad and a few people behind the bar and just talk to them around Ballymore. Now, most of the issues they brought up were around council issues and lack of action from council, but I think again there is an opportunity there for a state government, to help a council with funds in particular, but also in ways of managing and making sure that you're getting the best outcome. So Ballymore seems like a fantastic community, and sometimes those communities just need a little bit of help from some outside sources to basically get the best out of their community. I also met with another airline operator today and just talked about some of the opportunities around tourism, around private airline tourism. They'll bring people in and give them a range of experiences where it's a private tour, where people are paying a lot of money for that private tour and injecting significant funds. And I thought that was a very fruitful conversation. That's not ready to go tomorrow, but it's certainly something that I think the government can plan for and take advantage of some of the great things we've got to offer in Mudgee, in Dubbo, in Wellington, just around this region in particular, but also around New South Wales. This has been Mathew Dickerson, your independent voice. I started off the day in Trengy, and I met with a group of interested farmers, irrigators, people who are really focused on water usage in this particular catchment area. And there's been a lot of discussion around water usage in this area, and in fact I met with some people in Mudgee recently about water usage around Windermere and how that allocation of water and the linkage between Burrendong and Windermere. So it was good to meet with this particular group of farmers. The real thing that came out of it for me today was that sometimes I've spoken to governments or people in government, and they don't like to make a decision. They're scared of making the wrong decision. But unfortunately, no decision is still a decision in itself. And by making no decision, things can still occur, which would still be better off if a decision was made. So I think a real focus for me today, or after the meeting today, is to gather some more information around some of those water policies and get to the point where I've got a definite position that I've picked up from the electorate. Now, I'm not going to have a full consultation. I'm not going to go through a process where I've got extensive answers. Some of that work's already been done, but I think we need to get to the point fairly soon where we actually come up with a position that the government needs to take in relation to water usage and how water is best used, keeping in mind environmental flows, keeping in mind that we still need to produce food and fibre in this particular region. It's important for us to be able to eat food. It's also important for us to be able to get to that point where we've got income flowing into this region in terms of things like cotton. So it'll be interesting to see the information I get out of that. I then spent the rest of the day in Trengy meeting with some other people. I met with a very interesting gentleman, a life member of the National Party there, and someone who is not very impressed with parties in general at the moment, and he was very keen to talk to an independent about the focus that he saw, the lack of focus in the past, but the focus that he wanted to see from an independent in the electorate there. And I also spent some time at one of the cafes in Tringy, and it's great to sit there and just basically sit down, eat some food and talk to people as they come in, and everyone's very keen to have a chat. I usually park my car outside so that they know who I am when they walk in, and they're very keen to have a chat and tell me their views on basically the entire region, the entire electorate, and really give me some ideas and different points of view from there. I then came back to Dubbo earlier on this afternoon and just finishing off the day now. So thank you to those people who gave me time today. And again, the first meeting that occurred today was from someone inviting me along, saw some information on social media, invited me along, and that's really, from my perspective, great. I really appreciate people taking the time to do that, and appreciate the time that people gave me today. I probably took up way too much of their time, but it was a very interesting experience and some great information was coming forward. So thank you to all those people, and I look forward to seeing many more people throughout the entire electorate over the next about 6 months we've got left of the campaign. This has been Mathew Dickerson, your independent voice.